John 3, 5-6, wherein Nicodemus visits Jesus by night. Jesus said, "You're not listening. Let me say it again. Unless a person submits to this original creation, the wind hovering over the water kind of creation, the invisible moving the visible, a baptism into a new life, it's not possible to enter God's realm." When you look at a baby, it's just that, a body that you can touch and look at. But the person who takes shape within is formed by something you can't see and touch, the spirit, and becomes a living spirit. Good morning, everyone. What a windy, rainy week this has been. I wish the weather would make up its mind. Shall we check in with Robbie? Let's call them out. 1, 2, 3. Robbie!
I'm blown away.
Yes, I was just mentioning how the wind this week.
No. I'm not talking about the ordinary wind. I mean the wind of God kind of wind.
You mean something like ruach from the Hebrew scriptures?
That's it. In the beginning, God blew across the waters and it was good kind of wind. In today's gospel lesson, Jesus tells Nicodemus, unless a person submits to this original creation, it's not possible to enter the realm of God.
Is that what blew you away?
Very funny, Monica. Jesus was saying to Nicodemus that to join God's world, you have to be born again.
I have problems with that, and Nicodemus certainly had problems wrapping his mind around that.
To begin with, I was with Nicodemus. I didn't get it. Once the dragon's out of their egg, how can they go back into the egg?
Yes, I can see the problem with that, especially when the dragon has grown bigger than the original eggshell.
Wow, can you imagine the size of the egg that would be needed for my dad? Ooh.
So you figured out that being born again isn't a literal rebirth then, right?
Monica, before I found Athabasca United Church, I thought this building was a castle. My thoughts were mostly about catfish.
And spaghetti.
And I didn't spare a thought for where the wind comes from or where it goes.
You mean the usual wind?
Well, I guess that too. Now I have a community of people who I love and who love me. We work together to understand the Bible and fight for justice and bring love into our neighborhood.
Loving your neighbor will do that for you.
I blew in here like a leaf on the wind. And now I understand what belief is, and I know the kind of loving place I want to belong to. When I was only thinking of myself.
You didn't have room for us or for God.
Do you think that's what bringing Jesus into your heart is about?
You know, I think I'm blown away too. It's like an invisible influence that colors the way we see things, changes us in lasting but unseen ways.
Like being born anew. The old me seems like a dream, a shadow me. I still feel like me. I still look like me, but I see differently. On a good day, I even act differently. Is that the realm of God then?
You know, I think it's movement towards God's realm for sure. The more people that interact with the world that way, the closer we are to God's reign.
And those who don't see?
I suspect that those who don't see it are either not looking for it or doing their best not to see it, like Nicodemus and all his questions, maybe.
That's sad. Can we show them somehow?
That's a very good question. We try to show them and everyone what we know about Jesus' message. The good part is that everything we do in Jesus' spirit, the wind of God, demonstrates that message.
And all the shadow Robbies have to do is notice and get curious.
And that part appropriately belongs to them. I think Nicodemus was likely on that path.
It's so awesome to be blown away. Can't we just choose for them somehow?
Robbie, I'm pretty sure you know that if you have to force something, you're not really being loving.
That makes sense. Even God isn't that pushy.
Especially God isn't pushy. God is loving. Amen.
Amen.